see our comrades here in Bull Savannah. Yeah, man. We have been on the road. I think we started up in Gutters at 12 o'clock midday, and we traveled all over the constituency. And everywhere we went, the people were happy to see us. And I can feel the energy of the People's National Party flowing like a magnet through Southeast St. Elizabeth. One and two little green people were around, and we held them up the same way. You want to see them dance to our music, them love our music, man. But comrades, I feel good, I feel encouraged. You know, I'm on the road a lot, as I just said. On Wednesday I was in East Rural St. Andrew, and the vibe was very powerful and strong same way there. So the PMP is back as a powerful force in Jamaica. And you know, when they called the election back in 2020, in a COVID, you know, it was a difficult time for us then. And of course, we suffered a bad beating. And I became your president in November 2020. And we spent our time building back the party, building back the unity, building back the policy platform, getting the people of Jamaica to know your party leader, pointing out the weaknesses, pointing out the illegalities and the criminalities of this government, standing up for the rights of the people, standing up for the rights of the people when they pass this legislation with all kind of flaws that would have been taken away rights of the Jamaican people. And we took it to court and we won the case, and they had to start from scratch to build back needs without those flaws. The state of emergency, they were using it like confetti, spraying it around like curfew, when the state of emergency is in the Constitution as the last mechanism for the protection of the state from subversion and overthrow. And it was an abuse of that mechanism, and thousands of Jamaican youths were scraped up and put in detention. Many of them lost their work. Many of them were criminalized by the associations that they made while in detention. And the crime rate didn't go down. In fact, it went up because it's like a balloon the way they were using it. You squeeze it here and it bulges over there. You squeeze it here and it bulges back over here. We had to take it to court as well. And we also prevented them sending it in the parliament. And the good thing about that, well, first of all, we upheld the Constitution and defended the rights of the people from a tyrannical use of a mechanism not intended to be used in that way. But we also forced the police to focus on a proper policing strategy. A strategy which deals with intelligence and goes after the serious criminals and tries to build cases to prosecute them and hold them accountable for their wrongdoings. And we've seen the benefits over the past year of a new strategy and approach which the police have had to adopt because of the state of emergency, which was a kind of false mechanism that really gave them a sense that they were achieving something, but nothing really sustainable was being achieved. And we are fully supportive of our police officers and the police force and their and establish Agricultural Development Fund to do for agriculture what the tourism funds have done for tourism, so that the people's cooperative banks have adequate resources to provide soft loans to our farmers so they can finance the inputs and be productive. We're going to invest in storage facilities. We're going to invest in farm roads. We're going to invest in ensuring that Jamaica is a food producer, not just for our people, but so that we can export as well. Because Michael Manley taught us about self-reliance. Michael Manley taught us about eat what you grow and grow what you eat. And we know that nobody out there in other countries is looking after us. We have to look after ourselves. That's why we're the national party, the People's National Party. We're the party of the people, but we're a national party because we're building a nation that must be strong. Comrades, there's work to do. And I'm looking forward to the challenge. And I can assure you that when we form government, it will be a government in which you can be proud. It will be a government in which you can have trust and confidence. It won't be a government that is looking to line its pockets and its friends' pockets with the people's money. The resources of the people must be used for the people. So comrades, I'm depending on you. We are depending on you to do the work that is required to ensure that we are prepared for the election that is about to come on an election day, to ensure that each and every person who has ever voted PNP before or has never voted before but wants to see a better Jamaica, and even some Labourites who are disgruntled and disgusted by what they're seeing their government do and feel that they need to learn a lesson so they can wheel and maybe even come again one day in the future, who knows. But we're not even thinking about that. Comrades, I'm asking for your support. I'm asking for your support for Norman Scott as our next member of Parliament. Scotty, we'll make you happy. Comrades, you look ready. The vibe feels like you're ready. You sound like you're ready. Are you ready? Bunzana, are you ready? Comrades of Southeast and Elizabeth. Comrades, you look great, you sound great. The word is love. One love, comrades. Keep the fire burning. Blood and fire, comrades. We not give up. We not sell out. Power to the people. Power to the people, I say. God bless you all. Party leader and Jamaica. I've also been reflecting on what nearly 10 years of government of the Labour Party has been like. And comrades, when I think about what the People's National Party has done for Jamaica, the institutions which have been established to develop the country and to uplift the people, and I see nothing in the 10 years of Labour Party government of anything of that nature. The PNP established a National Housing Trust. The PNP established a National Health Fund to support the healthcare needs of Jamaicans. The PNP established the JADEP, the Drug for Elderly program. The PNP established the PATH program for needy Jamaicans. Where would we be without those institutions? They talk about how they think they did a good job in COVID. Where would Jamaica have been in COVID without those institutions to support the people of this country? And the National Health Fund in particular at that time, a PNP institution. Comrades, they haven't built one school in the 10 years. They've established no institutions of development which will sustain our progress going forward. Their track record is poor.
Take money. Take money.
The economy is not growing. They say they have a prime minister who's Minister of Economic Growth, but there is no meaningful economic growth. Here in St. Elizabeth, the main manufacturing facility which processes bauxite into alumina at Alpad, locked down, shut down for years. What have they done about that? Oh no, they're just talking about, oh well, at the end of this year, the process of reopening will start. Well, if you believe that, you believe anything. Because they are a party of cutting ribbons for facilities which are not ready to be opened, and a party of promises which are not fulfilled. I mean, if we look at it, where are the fixed election dates that were in their 2016 manifesto? Where is the impeachment legislation which they had promised the people? So many things that they promised and haven't delivered. This is why, comrades, we must be proud as members of the People's National Party or supporters of our noble movement. We have done a lot since independence and even from before to uplift the Jamaican people. Our record is like chalk to cheese compared to what they have not accomplished. Even the right to vote in this country is the PNP who fought for that right under Laddie Manley and won the battle with universal adult suffrage in 1944. It was the PNP that fought for self-government and independence. The JLP didn't even want independence. It's the PNP who introduced all the legislation and reforms of the 1970s to make everybody smart in the country. Eliminate bastardy. The bastard not there again. Uplift our women with equal rights, equal pay for women, maternity leave, rights for our workers, the Industrial Disputes Tribunal, the Labor Relations and Industrial Disputes Act, Redundancy Pay Act, all of these things. And of course, when it comes to infrastructure, under PJ Patterson, Sangster Airport, look how that has been developed. Norman Manley Airport, look how that has been developed. The Port of Kingston, look how that was developed. The people make up their mind. That's why the energy is so powerful for the People's National Party on the ground. And comrades, the next PNP government is going to be focused on making the lives of Jamaican people better. We want to make the healthcare system a place where you are treated with dignity and where you can get a bed when you need a bed, where the machinery is maintained and kept in the working order and condition, so that you don't have to go out to a private place to get your diagnostic test done and have to spend a bag of money. We want to fix the education system because our children are brilliant, but the system is failing them. And we have to deal with early childhood development and primary school education and fix that so that our children enter secondary school literate, they can read and write, numerate, they can do them the arithmetic, and they're ready to do well in high school. We have to support the teachers. The classroom teachers who are the backbone of the education system in the country were treated terribly in the salary compensation readjustment that was done. 20% over 3 years. We have to do something for the teachers. We have to make it so that they feel respected and they feel that they should support Jamaica and be the nation builders that they've always been. We're going to do it, comrades, through better motor vehicle concessions, through student loan relief for the teachers, from housing opportunities for the teachers. And of course, we'll be looking at the salaries as the economy improves as well. And similarly for the nurses and the police officers, all of the professions that keep Jamaica going. We have to take care of our people, our professionals. We have to stop the brain drain under the labor rights. Jamaica has the second worst brain drain in the world. Second worst in the world. All our trained people going abroad. Hard to build a nation without the brains of your country being here to develop your country. So we have to deal with that. Housing, a major issue in the country. This government has done pitifully nothing in terms of affordable housing. We plan to build 50,000 affordable houses in the first 5 years. We are going to look at public lands, government lands, not agricultural lands, but other lands that are suitable for housing. We're going to invest those lands in the housing trust. And we're going to develop them as affordable housing, and we're not going to charge the buyer anything for the land value. We're going to give them that because this government has taken over $100 billion of NHC contributors' funds out of the housing trust to finance the budget. over the 9+ years that they've been in office. And comrades, we have some great plans. We have the Porsche program. We're going to complete all the operation price schemes around the country. We're going to finish the infrastructure. We're going to make sure that they get their titles. And other informal settlements around Jamaica, we're going to make them into proper communities with a good governance structure and give people dignity and give people ownership. We're going to uplift the people of this country, comrades. And for first-time buyers, we're going to establish a $1 billion fund per year in the housing trust. As if you're up to 35 years old and you're trying to buy a house for the first time, you get a 500,000 grant. What's a grant? A grant is money you don't have to pay back. A grant is money that is invested in you by the government and the PNP to allow you to become an owner on the rock. And comrades, we have many other plans for the housing sector. And in terms of education, every child within need in primary and secondary school will get at least one hot, nutritious meal a day at school. And for those families who are struggling financially with the cost of transportation, we are going to provide a subsidy to you every week to help you to get your children to school and back.
I see a strategy them using now. In COVID, they call the election in the middle of COVID and cause what they call it, community spread. But now, they are going right down to the wire. But I have a message tonight. After seeing the energy of the crowd in Alligator Pond last week, and I hear about the energy of the crowd in Braze River, and I come here in Bulsa and see the energy of the crowd in Bulsa. I have one message. I have one message for Andrew. You can run, but you can't hide. And the longer you wait, the bigger the backside you're going to get. Comrades, a couple of weeks ago I was going to Treasure Beach. I stopped in Flaggerman. And comrades care for me to rely upon pole, you know. Everywhere me walk, me go do my little pole. And I see some nice watermelon and I stop. And I talk to the watermelon vendor. And I say, comrade, well, I didn't know if he was a comrade at the time. I just said to him, sir, tell me something. How comrade Miranda look down here? He said, what you mean? I'm a teacher that, you know. I'm a teacher that. He said, no follow how me look so old. And 10 years under labor pressure make me look old so. I'm going to say, yes, Miranda look good. Miranda look safe. And then when I come here this evening, Scotty, you're doing something right. You're doing something right. In fact, I think the people are even ahead of us now. Because we can't keep up with the crowds and the energy that we're seeing when we're on the road. I love to see the energy you're bringing, Scotty. So comrades, as I close, I said time come to restore dignity to the name of Jamaica in the international community. Time come for a Prime Minister who can get his integrity returns certified. Time come for a government that don't try and tear down the Integrity Commission and to fix the Financial Investigation Division so that instead what they're trying to do, they know that there is no third term for them. What they are concerned about is the prison term that's waiting for them after this. So they're trying to put in the fix now, to try and deal with it while they're still here. But there's a man with clean hands and a pure heart who will be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. And as he said, when the right time comes, someone will charge for it. Sit down on the platform, somebody watching the live feed from overseas say, "Oh, Comrade Bunting, you lose your H paper. Everyone will look, we see your campaign. Oh, man." And I said, boy, if I have to be on the road night and day to get rid of this wicked thieving government, then that is what it takes. I will find the energy. I will find the vitality. I will support Comrade Scott. I will support Comrade Miranda until we restore dignity to Jamaica. Comrades, we are at an important crossroads. Today, I was happy to see the Jamaica Council of Churches came out to say, no man, what the government trying to do to dismantle the Integrity Commission, we cannot stay silent on it anymore. Comrades, welcome Comrade Jess from Northeast st.eliz. But the church couldn't keep silent anymore on what they saw this government trying to do to dismantle the Integrity Commission, to attack it, to undermine it. And it is the Integrity Commission and the Auditor General are the two bodies that are standing now between us and a complete corrupt government, a catastocracy, one that does thief everything. And it brought to mind a verse in Ephesians. It says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that high place is talking about is those who inhabit Jamaica. But we're going to put on the whole armor of God and stand against them. Comrades, this government will thief the free fertilizer that came for the farmers of St. Elizabeth and Manchester. They will steal Nutribun from school picnic. They will steal through overpricing equipment in the Ministry of Health and Bustamante Hospital. They will steal from sick children. This is a wicked set of people. They will know no boundaries. And you know, if you give them a chance, they will steal milk out of your coffee. They have no interest for the people. They have no compassion for the people of this country. They are in the business of politics to enrich themselves and fatten their 20-year bank accounts. That is what this JLP regime is about. And I use the famous words of Donald Barrington Buchanan, regime, to describe them, because they are wannabe tyrants and authoritarians.
Personally welcome my Prime Minister, your Prime Minister, the change maker, the man with the plan to rescue Jamaica, Martin G. And everybody else in St. Elizabeth. But tonight I'm here to support my brother in arms, because we know what it will take to bring back People's National Party to the parish of St. Elizabeth. Here, your next member of Parliament, Comrade Norman.
Comrade Chairman, Comrade Party Leader, next Prime Minister, I tell you this, Peter said, and the other speaker said, take you, bro.
Every farmer trying to make ends meet right now. All of you know the cries the farmers are facing. And they ask my brethren, they live down in a little park. They say, how much a pound for melon?